Our super freezing winter is almost here, but that's okay. And well, bam, here it is. Great. Oh no, and another. Oh god, the nuclear fallout has arrived. Lovely. The entire map has now gone effectively green. But dear god, surviving the apocalypse, it's actually bloody difficult. Can you survive the apocalypse? Ever since I was a wee British lad, I dreamed of surviving in post-apocalyptic wastelands. Of course, it wasn't exactly a difficult thing to dream about, given that I had visited Skegness once or twice, and oh god, Skegness. Today, however, I'll be seeing if it's possible to survive in the hardest possible end-of-the-world scenario that I can get my hands on. So watch as I attempt to use all of my Britishness to survive the apocalypse. I get the feeling that most of my solutions to issues like starvation and radiation will simply be a very strong stiff upper lip. Now today I am working with Paradox to lead a band of unpaid interns, sorry, I mean valiant survivors. Our job is simple. It's to see if British people can survive the apocalypse despite there no longer being any tea and biscuits. So we're naturally playing Surviving the Aftermath. This game was just released into version 1.0 after a nice long stint in early access to iron out all of the bugs and exploits, although I'm sure we might find something perfectly balanced indeed in here. So make sure you're sat back, relaxed, you have a nice warm cup of tea in hand, and if you're feeling especially fantastic, you can even like the video. Now it's time for us to begin a new game. The scenario is pretty simple. Basically, all of the nations of the world broke down, there was a whole bunch of wars amongst the remaining factions, and we're some of the few remaining human survivors living in this post-apocalyptic wasteland. Now, when it comes to creating the game, you can basically set the difficulty yourself. You can make it so that there's basically no catastrophes, the environment is nice, you're not going to get hit by a meteorite, or you can make it so the apocalypse never ends. There will be meteors raining down from the sky endlessly, the radiation will be exploding, and also the plague will be continuously ravaging us, just how I like it. At the same time, the environment, we want lovely fertile soil for agriculture, or alternatively a barren wasteland of horridness. Well, that's exactly what we're going to have, a lovely horrific land where most of it is irradiated. And when it comes to survivors, are we going to have survivors? No, we will have basically no survivors. Lovely. And when it comes to our ideology, most of our focus will be on health and safety. The reasoning is simple, we kind of need a strong focus on health and safety if we're even going to survive the ongoing apocalypse. So I'm going to pick some nice early game specialists who are going to help us survive, and then I'm going to throw ourselves into the game. And I'll probably fast forward through most of the early setup phase so that we can get right to the focus of our apocalyptic nightmare. I'll be back in a few moments.
A few moments later.
Now, it's day 20 and we've been surviving for quite a while, but as I mentioned, we're playing on the hardest map on what is the hardest difficulty, meaning that instead of most of my map being lovely fertile terrain where I can grow crops and farms, no, most of my map is made up of these purple craters of death that emit so much pollution that the local buildings have to get scrubbed continuously. We get on average about 2 cases of radiation poisoning per day, and that's out of a colony of just 24 people. Water we get from this slightly irradiated looking swamp. Food we also get from this slightly irradiated looking swamp. And we're slowly growing out the range of our lovely encampment. There's just a few minor issues. Mostly the issues being just that at any moment we might get invaded and murdered because we don't have any weapons. Heck, we don't even really have any tools. But we do have one thing going our way, and that's science, ladies and gentlemen, because if we take a look at the world map, I've annexed this region over to the right, I've built a research outpost, and this gives us 25 science every 12 hours. This is fantastic because that 25 science every 12 hours goes to researching our future. What are we researching at the moment? Well, it's handicraft, ladies and gentlemen. We're researching this for one very important reason, not because we want to make tools and clothes, no, it's because we want to unlock how to trade. That way we can sell plentiful quantities of fish and make plentiful quantities of money. At the same time, I'm trying to beeline my way to hazmat engineering so that we can actually start trying to clean up some of the nightmare waste that is affecting most of our map. I mean, there is just pollution basically everywhere, and every once in a while a storm will fire and 90% of the population gets hit by a wave of deadly pollution. Now meanwhile on the world map we're doing a little bit of scavenging for health kits, we're also doing a little bit of combat with some raiders down here, but our main aim is to try and actually expand our borders and encounter other societies. The reasoning is very simple. If we can encounter the other factions in the world, we can trade with them and we can make money from them, and that is of course the most important thing in the universe. So I'll get back to you in a little bit as soon as we've started exploring our little world. Right, welcome. You catch us a little bit later, and we've actually made a decent bit of progress. One of our lovely key survivors here, Beth Jesus, she's a glorious scientist. She generates us incredible quantities of money, but at the moment we just have her picking for berries, and yeah, it's not exactly using her giga brain for good use. news, but it's okay. One day she will research us the entire world. And colonists has become infected. Yep. This is a highly common occurrence. It happens pretty much 3 times a day. There is nothing we can do to stop it because, well, the entire world is coming to an end. Everyone is either mutated or in the process of mutating. And I think we've actually just won our combat, actually. Let's go see how we did. Yep, we absolutely smashed it. Good job. Oh, and that's given us some research opportunities. When it comes to happiness in the colony, we're doing okay. Most people are upset because, oh god, nuclear fallout has struck. You can't make this game up. Like, legitimately, this is probably about the 3rd disaster I've had in the last 20 days. Imagine living in a place where every 5 days you get hit by either nuclear fallout, the plague, a drought, freezing winter, meaning you can no longer gain food. It's ridiculous. Okay, right, we need to get our medical tents up and running because everyone's going to start getting radiation sickness. Although people are also getting the plague. 2 people are just infected with the plague, but now everyone is also going to get hit by effectively the nuclear apocalypse. Lovely. And we don't even have any iodine tablets lying around to cure it. Lovely, 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 lovely. Oh my god, just look at how terrible these infected people are. They're literally just glowing green. Why would you even walk past someone who is glowing green? That's not a good sign. Oh god. Oh no, and another. Oh god, the nuclear fallout has arrived. Lovely, the entire map has now gone effectively green. This is not a good sign. Everyone's contamination level now will just start basically climbing, and there's nothing we can do. Oh my goodness, just look at how terrible the world now is. This is legitimately the worst. I'm losing hair. Oh no. Oh god. Oh dear god, colonist Noah's mutated. Well, Noah has now developed brand new kinds of evolution. So he is no longer Noah. He's now Giga Noah, given the fact that he is completely mutated. Oh, and the water well is contaminated. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. That's not a good sign. We need that for drinking. The issue is all of the buildings get contaminated very easily because they're sat next to pollution deposits. Okay, well, 8 colonists are now radiated. I think it might be a good idea for me to actually build a second medical tent, given the fact that we're currently being swept by infinite radiation poisoning. And 2 colonists are now mutated. But hey, looks like we actually survived the radiation apocalypse. It's all over. Okay, if that's the case, cancel the construction there. We don't need it anymore. There we go. Get those resources back. Who cares that 6 colonists are still irradiated? They'll get sorted out. Oh, and some survivors want to join our colony. They're at the gate. What have they got? 3 children that are carrying corn and cabbages. No. We don't just need random children. Children can hardly work. All they do is they're basic laborers. They pick stuff up, they move stuff. Who needs more of those? Meanwhile, poor Nadia here is in a fight that is going to last 2 days and 11 hours. That's fine. She's fighting over an entire area by herself. Good for her. Oh no, a colonist has died. George died of radiation sickness just as we reached a milestone of having 25 colonists. Well, rest in peace. George is dead. His body is lying there on the ground glowing. I guess I'm meant to tidy that up? Okay, apparently it causes radiation, so I'll just slot it in next to all of the other radiation we have lying around. But hey, with all of this science lying around, we can actually make some huge progress. We're going to start researching leadership, and then we'll start researching secure storage, and then also the reinforced gate, and finally we should be able to research hazmat engineering. Lovely stuff. Now this is scientific progress. We're actually able to upgrade our campsite into a colony center now. This is lovely and jazzy. It's a vast improvement over the previous one. It's no longer a bunch of tents. It's actually a nice large wooden metal tent. Ooh, very cool. You know, I realized we could actually do with exploring even more of our maps. I'm going to put down another guard tower all the way out here. Maybe we can get some fishing going up on this coastline if we're nice and lucky. And actually it also looks like we could do with decontaminating this fishing pier, you know, given the fact that it's actually starting to glow purple. Oh, someone's at the gate. A child's plea for help. Ah, the child is a desperate plea. They want one of our medicine in return for a single seed. And you know what, child? I want the seed. It's just a sunflower, though. Do I really need just a random sunflower seed? I'm going to hazard a guess that sunflower seed sells for more than just random medicine. So, yes, thank you for seeds. Oh, we actually have another specialist that wants to join our colony. And for only 700 silver, this is actually a solid shout. So we'll pick them up because what we can do is we immediately basically recruit them, and then we can convert them into being a settler. And now that they're a settler, we can send them out to basically occupy a nice bit of territory for us. And I know what I need to do. I need to build a scavenger. Actually, no, I don't need a scavenger outpost. I need more science. Science that is the only way we're going to survive. So I'm going to build another science outpost right here next to this observatory. Wabam. So bam, that's 2 research outposts now for us, meaning we get 100 science every 24 hours, which is going to massively help us just blitz our way through the tech tree. Alright, I've got some fantastic news. We've discovered a glorious waste dump, which means we can now, after a little bit of energy generation, we can build an environmental station that will allow us to actually start cleansing most of our lands. Although for that, we're going to need concrete, and we do not have concrete. In fact, we need a lot of concrete, so we might as well cancel that until we actually work out how concrete grows. Is it on trees? It best be on trees. Alright, fantastic. Now that we have a supply of concrete coming in, I've decided to actually build our gigantic environmental station, as well as also our basic means of generating electricity. Oh, fantastic. We've met another lovely society, and they're called Trinity, which I'm gonna guess means that they're okay. Yes, they seem a little bit crazy, but that's fine. They have a population of 102. They're a very secretive and suspicious society, wary of travelers. Lovely. Okay, they have some lovely trade offers, which is very jazzy. So we can actually trade with them a few things. Mostly they have cloves, and we could really do with cloves. Basic clothing costs 5 silver, which is lovely. How much does fish sell for? Fish sells for 2, which is quite good, but naturally we're going to want to get ourselves some basic clothing. So we're going to buy about 20 bits of clothing. We desperately kind of need it. And there we go. That should also improve our reputation, which I imagine is going to make trade cheaper in the future. Oh, so I actually have some terrible apocalypse jokes. For example, I once met a talking horse who kept telling me about the apocalypse. He told me the end is nigh. Oh god, it's the worst. Oh, and we've got a winter storm happening. Lovely. Who doesn't love a winter storm? Luckily, I've upgraded my fishing hut so that it can actually work in the winter, which is exactly what we want. And I know some of you might absolutely hate the apocalypse jokes, but just remember, it's not the end of the world, ladies and gentlemen. After all, I make apocalypse jokes like there's no tomorrow. Oh god. Our super freezing winter is almost here, but that's okay. And well, bam, here it is. Great. Oh dear, and what's this? An unwanted visitor. Oh no, one of the colonists is infected again. Great, lovely. Theo is infected. Fantastic. You know, I would say this is bad because in a normal game, colonists don't get infected that much. However, they get infected all the bloody time here, so yeah, it's completely normal. It's nothing to worry about. Oh, and the trade caravan has arrived. Lovely. Which means I can once again trade with them, and this time can I sell them some stuff. You guys sell chickens. Now, chickens could be good, and you do have a special deal on clothing, so you know what? I will actually buy all of your clothing. We might as well just all 32 of it. Bam, that's mine. And in turn, I can sell you just a little bit of fuel so I can get some money back, and wabam, perfect. Wait, what? The specialist was killed. What? Well, we just lost our greatest fighting survivor because a bloody gigantic sandworm is attacked. And can we please get the other one away out? Yes, we can. Okay, there was nothing we could do there. There are sandworms hidden in the ground, and they're a nightmare to kill. We cannot save them. The Baron is now dead. Rest in peace. He was a good boy, if not the bestest of boys, and now he is the deadest of boys. Big rip. Oh, lovely. Survivors at the gate. We could actually do with some. They're just 4 children. Oh, and they come with a scavenger. Perfect. We need a new lovely boy, so that'll do. Right, lovely scavenger boy. You're going out into the world map, my friend. New specialist. And lovely. The winter storm has passed. We actually survived that, which is absolutely fantastic. And I think it's time for us to build an aqua farm. Now, this bad boy should generate us incredible quantities of fish. Yep, look at that. Stupidly high efficiency, 100%. Oh yes, now that's what I call fish. Alright, bam, I'll put it in. Oh my goodness, thank goodness. There's survivors at the gate. We were literally running out of anyone to move goods about, and we need more people to fish because fish production is at an all-time high. So honestly, I don't care. They haven't got much. They've apparently got milk. That's pretty much useless, but hey, candy bars are good, so we'll take you. Welcome. One of you is actually, it seems a few of you are actually just incredibly violent and evil. Well, that's a problem. It might have something to do with the whole starvation scenario, but otherwise everything should be fine. Okay, for the last about 5 minutes I've just been getting hit by colonist died, colonist died, colonist died over and over again. It's not a good sign. People are dying very quickly now, and partly due to infections, partly due to the fact the water well is still contaminated, and just general death and not happiness, but that's okay. I think we should should still be able to survive this, at least a little bit. Oh, and great, there's a heat wave. Oh, dear God, right, this will probably kill us. Yep, and a colonist just died. A colonist just straight up died immediately. Oh, dear God, everyone is just ill or dying of malnutrition, or ill and dying of malnutrition, a little bit of both. And you know what? We could do some food, so let's get a gigantic large field underway. Bam, there we go, huge, perfect efficiency. Let's just get it built. Oh, someone's at the gate, lovely. It's a child, okay. Oh, she offers us seeds in return for medicine. Oh, lovely, let's get a cabbage seed. Fantastic, thank you, that's glorious, lovely. This should hopefully solve the malnutrition issue, and oh God, it's a heat wave time. Oh, we do not have enough water for this. Oh dear God, we do not have enough water. Let's get a water well going. All right, in other good news, we're about to clean up this pollution pile, which is nice. Yep, that's good. Or at least we would if someone actually was doing their bloody job. Okay, we have a few things we can grow. We can grow corn, we can grow cabbages, and I guess we have to grow for cabbages. They have high resilience apparently, not as much as a potato, but cabbages, they seem perfect. Not that we're able to actually do any of this farming because there's a bloody heat wave going on. Oh dear God. Oh, fantastic. We just got 600 science for free. Oh my goodness, that was so much science. We got so much science just for free. Okay, that is ridiculous. Lovely. With 1,200 science lying around, we can kind of do whatever we like in terms of technology. It's just, you know, we might be dead before we can actually use any of the technology. So I guess we probably want to cue some research to get ourselves some improved wells so we can actually get some water. But dear God, surviving the apocalypse, it's actually bloody difficult. Oh dear, it's day 50 and we got some angry people at the gate. Once again, I have nothing for you. We have to attack them. But luckily we have an upgraded gate now with our really cool banner on it. So that was actually a very easy victory for us. Absolute walk in the park, really. So glorious stuff. Now, we have also managed to upgrade our relationship with the Trinity faction here to the point where we're basically vaguely friendly. This is a fantastic situation to be in. Oh, and also the decontamination situation is going really well. We're down to just one pollution pile over here left. There's only 4 pollution actually inside of it, which is great. And what do we do with all of our pollution? Well, we just store it here. And then what I've actually been doing is selling it to people, because that's right, we can actually sell pollution to people for money. Right, what are we going to plant here? Well, we've been planting cabbages, and let's be honest, cabbages are amazing. So my humble yet, of course, all-knowing opinion, we're going to grow even more cabbages. Right, well, with all of my lovely warriors here, I think it is only naturally time that I go and avenge the lovely death of the Baron by murdering some sandworms. Hopefully, I can kill these sandworms, and logically, all of my best fighters should be able to kill them. I mean, they are equipped with guns, so, like, come on, how difficult can it be? We've got 2 automatic rifles, for goodness sake. We should be able to kill a large worm. I mean, they are a little bit spooky the way they just hide under the ground, but here we go, ladies and gentlemen. It's worm killing time. Okay, good first shot. Oh, dear God, they do a bit of damage. Okay, I think we can do it. Oh, dear God, there's some damage being taken, though. Come on, just please kill the worm. Right, you're down to less than half health, so I want you to pull back. Right, there we go. That's 1 worm dead, right? Retreat, retreat. Thank goodness. Okay, we killed one of the worms. Now we just want to heal up a bit, and then we'll go out hunting for the rest of the worms. But dear God, those things are insane. They can do so much damage. That is ridiculous. That is completely unfair. Then again, I guess we are surviving in the apocalypse. All right, now I think our trade caravans have arrived, which means we can actually initiate another trade deal. We've almost maxed out in friendship with these people, but hey, in fact, I think we can max out by giving them just a little bit of fuel. So there we go. We'll sell them 200 worth of fuel. I guess we can just buy some lovely prime meat from them. Actually, we just don't need it. We just don't need it at all. Right, let us instead sell them our pollution. Lovely, tasty pollution. And there we go. Now we're making a very hefty profit. So we're bam. Now we have maximum friendship enabled. Oh my goodness, you want to sell me science points, don't you? 323 science points. Oh yes, I don't mind if I do. Yes, I don't have money for it, but with a couple of assault rifles and a whole bunch of hunting rifles, anything is possible. That's going to massively increase our friendship up to maximum. There we go. I think it's probably time we try and murder that final sandworm now. So I'm going to get everyone grouped up together, and then we're going to go and mince that final sandworm. Right, let's get it killed. Oh dear God, it's almost killed one of my colonists. Right, you retreat, retreat. There we go, the sandworms are dead. Oh my goodness. Right, fantastic. Dear God, okay, well, I think, ladies and gentlemen, what have I learned from surviving the apocalypse on the hardest difficulty? Well, you can survive the aftermath. It is entirely possible possible. However, you are just going to be bombarded by unstoppable and killable monsters unless you game the entire trade system to become immediate buddies and friends with all of the other factions. These people, they love me. They would do anything for me. We've even actually improved the wasteland we live in. If you look at this, look at all of the amazing pollution we've cleared up. The map is beautiful. We can even now drill water out of the soil. That's how powerful we have become. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. This has been definitive proof that at least some British people could survive the apocalypse. However, if the British people were ever to find a source of tea in the post-apocalyptic wastelands, well, now that's when they wouldn't just survive, they would thrive. And they would conquer the entire wastelands in a glorious fashion. Oh dear, oh dear. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, if you've enjoyed today's video, make sure to give it a like. And why not hop on down to the comment section and decide whether you could probably survive this incredible apocalypse, whereby on average you're getting radiation poisoning twice a year, and the plague 3 times a year. As always, a massive thank you to Paradox for actually sponsoring today's video. That was very, very generous of them. Thank you for all of the money. It is 100% going to tea, as well as also, I suppose, paying my editors. Oh dear. Also, thank you to the lovely patrons who make all of these videos all the more possible. Seriously, thank you very much, you lovely sausages. And hey, if you sat there wondering what video you'd like to watch next, look no further than this one on screen now, hand-chosen by myself to be absolutely perfect for you. Anyway, I'll see all of you in the next one. Have a lovely day. Goodbye for now.